Comic-Con man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Comic-Con, look at my life. I wish I were there this year. COVID, look at my life. Look what you've done to me now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 73 of the Secondary Heroes podcast. This week, we talk about San Diego Comic-Con, and since it's not happening this year, focus on our best memories from years past. This is your host, Trevor, and joining me as usual is...
This old man Prague.
This is Josh.
I didn't have to sing this week. This is DeLorean Wolfgang.
And our special guest is...
Corgi Kohmander, on for the billionth time. Sorry if everyone has to listen to me again.
It's good to have you
Billionth
back.
time. You know what? Here's the thing. You bring in the listeners, my friend.
Yeah.
That's why we keep having you on. We love having you on.
And I just lost
without
all
Corgi.
And that too, yeah. It's not
Exactly.
not Comic-Con without him. He's like the Santa Claus of Comic-Con.
Oh my God, that's so
Corgi Claus.
true.
It is because he has the Corgi loot, right? It's
Yes.
just like Santa.
I never thought of it that way, but yes, that absolutely works.
He's jolly and wonderful. So there you go.
And
He
has
just
kids.
he just called me fat too.
I did not.
That's what I heard too. That's exactly what I heard. He was
You're like-
staring
Root
right at
my
your
guess now,
gut
Frog.
when he
You're
said that.
like Tim Allen before he became the Santa Claus, like that. Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
try
thanks for
that.
coming on, Corgi. It's really great to have you on again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is what, 3 times?
Well, our,
Yeah.
our last main time you joined us to help prepare for Comic-Con, and since there's no preparation to sit at home and watch videos this year, we can talk about our Comic-Cons past.
Yeah. Memories only, I guess.
Yeah.
And by the way, that song that I sang is an old song, so many of you guys probably have no idea what it's from. That's okay. You can Google it or something. But it was the reason why I sang it was because Super Jen, she had requested some karaoke, so I'm making good on my promise for you, Jen.
Awesome.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's actually fun.
Yeah, so nice. All right, let's get into some
Yeah,
memories here because
it's a
I'm pretty
good
sad
song,
this
though.
week. It is a good
Well,
song.
I think we're all pretty sad because, I mean, this is roughly right now is the time where people would be flying in. People would be getting geared up for parties.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like one of my top things that I look forward to every Comic-Con is Corgi's party.
Yeah.
And Corgi,
Yeah.
I bet you're, feeling a little relieved that you don't have to do so much planning.
No, I don't think it's that hard to do. I mean, I actually enjoy it. I look forward to it. I would have the car packed right now.
Yeah.
I'd have everything squared away with the vendors and whatnot, and yeah, I wouldn't even sleep tonight, probably just out of excitement for it.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the hard work is like kind of part of what makes Comic-Con so much fun. It's like the anxiety that build up and making sure you got everything right. I don't know, just is part of it.
It is part
For
of the
me, at least.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember one year you showed up and what was the bar that we were, I think it was last year. Last year you showed up in your car and you're just giant boxes full of stuff because you just brought stuff for everybody who was coming to the party. No, and it wasn't at Ginger's. No, it was the year before Ginger's then. So 2018.
Okay.
He's like
It was
trying to
And
remember.
it wasn't Werewolf
Like,
either.
I
don't
parties,
remember.
I don't know.
They all
Smoking
kind of
gun?
blur together.
Was that the smoking gun? The one where we
Yes,
had-
smoking gun. Yeah. Which I'm kind of surprised we stuck with a smoking gun because they were kind of
They're the ones that had the let's take our city back from the nerds party on like.
Oh, I
Monday.
remember
yeah.
that. That's
remember
right. It's like, why are we having it here then?
And then I already put
Yeah.
the deposit down. Like, oh, why'd you guys do this to me? I have already. So I had to reach
Yeah.
out to everyone who's coming. Said, "Are you still okay? I understand if you didn't want to come anymore to this venue, but I've already paid a deposit, so I'm not."
Well, I
going
guess they
back."
got their wish this year.
Yeah, right?
I don't think they're
Ooh,
even
we
there.
should tweet at
Oh,
them.
they probably aren't, huh? They're like, huh? See what happens?
Oh, dude, when Corgi wrote, actually, I think a lot of us wrote them and said, dude, what, are you kidding me? You're hosting a bunch of nerd parties. They changed their attitude real quick and they started hanging up all these nerd posters and superheroes and all kinds of stuff, and they dressed up. Yeah, they definitely changed their tune when they found out they were going to lose a lot of money.
they gave one of their employees like $200. Quick, go to Hot Topic and get.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, go to Party
Go to
City and
Party
grab
City.
something that
That's
says
what it is.
kapow on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they all do this time of year, usually.
Well, cool. So since you're our guest, why don't you go first? Do you have any like highlights or any kind of, memories that you really, that makes San Diego special to you?
So I've been going since 2012. My very first experience was my wife said, "Hey, I got you a birthday present. We got Sunday badges to Comic-Con." We took the train down, got there around lunchtime, and it was the worst experience we've ever had because
God. What year was this?
2012. So the reason why it was so
What?
bad is that we went there just thinking you can just show up like it was a swap. You just go and do
right.
whatever you
Like a
want. And
swap
Some
meet.
people do.
and we got there and couldn't get to a single
Wonder.
panel, no matter how small the room was. All the booths were ticketed, the ones that I wanted to buy something at, and we didn't really plan out the day. We didn't have the schedule to look at, so it was more just walking around, taking a couple cool cosplay shots. But after that, I said, no, Comic-Con's not going to beat me. I'm going to go back and come back strong in the next year. So my memories from it is just learning and experiencing and making all the friends and contacts, where to line up, how to get badges, when to go do the hotels. It was just the experience of becoming a veteran at it was what I took away from it. Is one of my favorite parts is planning the parties and attending. So this year, when we knew that it wasn't going to happen, like right around that March timeframe when Emerald City got canceled, I'm like, oh crap, I don't think it's going to happen this year. And everyone says, oh no, it's going to be better by summertime. I was like, no, I don't think it is. So it was very different this year. I didn't do any planning. I didn't order any merch. I wasn't ordering any swag. This year felt more off for me than most years by not having
weird.
that to do. So
Yes.
Well, and
because,
you've been. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say that like planning is such a big part of Comic-Con that it becomes like most of your year. I mean, I know for me personally, it's like when that becomes like almost your weekly life, you're like, okay, I have to make sure that this week I, set forth my hotel reservations, like you said, or plan out my schedule for that week, for which panels I want to go to, which artists are signing when. Like it becomes like your livelihood for a while. Honestly, it's not just that week; it's for months leading up to it.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Spreadsheets and budgets and ordering stuff, yeah.
Well, and when did like Corgi loot become a thing?
2016, maybe 2015. I did a couple, but 2016 is when I started doing more. I started collecting those subscription box stuff that I didn't want. At first, it was just a way of my wife to say, you need to get rid of this stuff because you're not doing anything with it. And then I would go to like Hot Topic and Walmart and Target and whatever was on sale, I'd get it and start giving it away. It was just, maybe a couple times a day I was doing 10 to 15 a day last year.
Yeah.
To the point where I had people helping me out. Doing like the droppings. That's when I started.
Well,
doing
Corgi helpers.
Yeah.
The droppings.
See, just like Santa with his helpers. I love it.
That's awesome, man. Now I know for myself, the highlight of Comic-Con is Corgi's party. Now, did you start that through Nerd Foo? Like, where did Corgi's party come to be?
We were talking online and we're like, yeah, we've never met each other in person. Let's get together before the con and have dinner. Just see each other in real life. And as the years went by, the group started growing and growing, and I had to get bigger venues. Before it was just at Stone Brewery, and there was like 15 of us, 12 of us, and we didn't know each other. Nerdy Curious was there. GB Reviews was invited. I think they couldn't make it. Nerd Foo, Leonard from Englishman.
Yep, Englishman.
And then each year it grew. You came the next year, and more and more people. And now it got to the point where we had over about 100 people at Ginger's. Yeah. And
oh yeah, Ginger's last year, the underground party.
And then I had a feeling that it was going to grow this year just because of how many people we've made through the Funko family throughout the year. And it's not a cheap party to throw. So I can understand why who said that they were going to have their very last party at Emerald City Comic Con was a fugitive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not cheap to throw a party. You know, I would charge just for the loot that I was giving away, but that barely covered that. So,
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, I know that last year, the night after your party at Ginger's, Hot Topic rented out Ginger's for
That's right.
their
yeah.
little party.
Oh, the Nerdette.
And, yeah, with Nerdette.
Yep.
That me and Cheesemo went to. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, Hot Topics is a pretty big brand to be renting out this place. How did Corgi manage this? So that's pretty impressive, man, that you were able to do that.
It helps that it's the Tuesday before Comic-Con.
That
They're
too,
much
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every single venue I called, they were available, all but one, because they want that Tuesday money before Comic-Con. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah, that's their book, but Tuesday is actually a pretty good day if you were planning on meeting up with all your friends.
Yeah. You may have to start charging people a cover to get into the Corgi party.
Nah, it's
Like you should.
Are you kidding me? You know everybody would pay to be into that party, man.
It's the hottest party in town.
It's the calm before the storm.
Yes.
It's the party that I look forward to the absolute most every year. And actually, last year was the first time all four of us got together.
Yeah,
saw
met
each other in person.
live. In
Yep.
person.
First time.
I learned how little Prague is.
Yes, I learned how tall Alex was. You should see the photos. It's fun.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that was a fun party. It's a great way to kick off the week. And that's like only on Tuesday. You still have through Monday or through Sunday,
Mhm.
you know, or Monday for some people.
And we all get so like sidetracked after that.
yes.
There's so many other different directions. I want to go to this panel. You're going to do that signing.
Yeah, we kind of
to
split
have-
after that,
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
as a group. So it's the one time we're kind of all together. And even when we go back together at like fun days, for example, we're still splattered all over the place because that place is so crazy. So it is kind of
Well,
a neat.
Yeah,
party.
for sure. But lucky enough, we, had a table together and stuff like that.
Sure,
Because
sure.
if we didn't have that, then yeah, who knows? Who knows how much we would have seen each other at all throughout Comic-Con, because there was so much that was going on.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think it just helped that we had so many friends that were interested in things that we were. So we all kind of split into different groups and, like I said, ventured off and do certain things.
Yeah, it helps when you have people with similar interests. You can be like, hey, I'm going to go to this panel. Come with me, and have
Yeah,
a few
for
people
sure.
go with you. Or stand in line for something. You have a line buddy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm too busy driving
Nice.
around town in my DeLorean.
Yeah.
Taking pictures of cops.
It's
Oh, yeah, that too. That was a good time, man.
He's a showman.
So actually, funny story about that cop picture. If you haven't seen it before, I took a picture with a cop who's arresting me on the hood of my DeLorean. Turns out that day, this cop and her co-cop partner. There's the word.
Co-cop.
Here we go. Co-cop. Here goes the co-cop. No,
Co-Copton? What?
So I guess she saw me driving down 4th Avenue with my doors open. And so she was running after me, I guess like yelling, hey, and I didn't hear it. I mean, because I'm blasting music and stuff. So I turned down in front of Hard Rock Cafe, and this is right before 5th Avenue, and 5th Avenue is obviously where the craziest stuff happens. She runs up to my car door while I'm stopped in front of Hard Rock because I was talking to the valet guy, seeing if I could possibly park in front of Hard Rock to take some pictures. She runs up next to my car and says, I have been chasing you for blocks. The straightest face ever. And I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, oh no, I'm in trouble. Because one, my license plate is out of date.
Oh.
I'm driving around with doors wide open going down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm blasting music. And so I'm sitting there thinking, oh no, how much is this ticket going to be? And how much trouble I'm going to be? Am I not even going to be able to drive my car around downtown anymore? And she was like, she pretty much, she was playing it off too. She was pretty much playing it as if I was in trouble. She goes, no, I just wanted to take a picture with your car. I was like, oh my God, thank the Lord. She's like, yeah, come on, let's go around the corner. You can take as many pictures as you want. But yeah, man, I was freaking out thinking that I was going to get a big fat ticket.
It would have been funny if she was like running towards you like the Terminator. All deliberately.
God,
Down
that would
the
even be
street.
funny.
You look in your rearview
seen
mirror.
this, man?
That'd be funny.
That would be great. But yeah, that was 2018, I think. That was a really good time.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Why
story.
don't you guys share some stories?
What about you, Josh?
For me, I've only gone to Comic-Con twice, so probably my favorite one had to be my first one. So it was probably it had to have been that summer, a little bit before that of that year. I contacted Sully when I was just in Nerd Food, and I said, "Hey, Sully,
Oh wow.
I'm interested in going to Comic-Con. What advice can you give me?" He says, you just need luck. You just need luck because it's pretty
Listen to my
impossible to get in.
podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to get in. I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, thanks. I'll see what I can do. I'll see how I do." So I sign up for. I do the sign up for general sign up, and I get in there. I'm like, "Oh, okay. If I don't get it, that's fine." So I'm going there, waiting. The little circles are spinning and
Oh, the
spinning.
circle.
Then all of a sudden, it pops up, and I'm looking at the days. Like, "Oh, okay. I got in. Let's see what days are available." It had all days in preview night. I was like,
Whoa.
"Oh, cool. Oh, cool." I was like, "All right."
Nice.
I messaged Sully that day. I said, "Hey, Sully, I got preview night in all days." He says, "Wow, you're pretty lucky." So I'm
Beginner's
like,
luck.
I was like,
Jeez.
"Okay." I was
Dude.
like, "All right." And I said, "Hey, how do you do, the Funko line? Do you have to do the wristband and everything like that?" And he says, "I'm not sure yet, but the information will come out soon."
This
So
was
that
before
happened.
he was with Funko. Yeah.
No, it's what he was with Funko.
Oh, he was with
Yeah.
Funko at this time.
Yeah, so because at that time, this was the first year that Comic-Con did the drawings. So
Right.
it's the lottery that you went through for each one. And so I'm like, okay. I said, I'll see how I do there. So then I did the lottery, and the only thing I got was Funko. I was like, oh, cool, I got Funko. All right, that's cool. And then I'm just listening to or watching or following SDCC unofficial blog.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on things. I'm like, well, I know what was it? Is it Fandom? They have their party. I was like, oh, okay, I'll see if I go to that, and it pops up. Got into that, so I'm like, geez,
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, I got everything covered, and then I was like, okay, Nerdette has her thing. Let's
Uh-huh.
see what goes on, and I ended up getting that too. So I'm like,
Good
I have
Lord,
everything going on. I do everything too. I said, but the only thing that's missing is fun days. I said, well, I joined the wait list to see what happens. So I'm packing, getting ready to go, and I have everything packed up. And I'm like, well, I'll take extra boxes just in case I get off the wait list. But it seems like it's going to be impossible. So then I'm just there, and then before I go to bed, I look at my emails. I was like, what is this from Eventbrite? It says, oh, it's tickets to fun days. I was like,
What?
Oh my god.
I was
Well,
like,
it's all
guys.
downhill from here. Josh.
Yeah.
It's like your first year premiere.
You peaked. You peaked
know.
on your first year.
And that was the thing, so I'm there. I get there to Comic-Con, and of course I'm just a newbie and by myself, and just trying to figure it out because I have no clue what I'm doing. It's pretty much my first con that I've gone to is San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm like, okay. So I'm there, and that night of the fandom party. And this is funny too because I was just looking at the picture today, and I said, hey, there's a DeLorean there, and I zoom in.
Oh no
It's you.
way.
It's you and Scott.
Oh.
You are driving
my God,
a gas lamp.
Scott
So I have a bunch of
Duvall?
pictures. Yeah, I have
Oh
a bunch.
my god.
I have a bunch of pictures of it. So it's like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
So then I'm there at the fandom party, and it's just weird. I mean, y'all know me. I'm an introvert at most, but I guess I kind of find my way to interact with people. So I'm at the party, and I just find somebody and just talk to them. I saw them by themselves, like, hey, how's it going? Just talking to them, and then I run into Sully, Hillary, and Yoko there at the party. I'm just talking to Sully. I said, hey, thanks for your advice, even though it's just pretty much good luck with everything.
Yeah.
And the thing he said to me, it was what y'all said. He said, you peaked. You're not going to do any better.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, dude. And then the next year.
The next year. I mean, at that, I don't even know. I think for us, if it's Hall H or something bigger than the library.
It would have to be.
It'd have to be, But my
First
first year.
Secondary Heroes Hall 18.
Wow, man. That's
So
incredible.
So just being able to experience all that stuff. And then, of course, I mean, this past year, I mean, I didn't get to do all those parties, but the fact that, I'm kind of blending a lot of memories into together is that I started off experience Comic-Con by myself, walking and doing everything on my own, then to having way too many people to be around that I don't know how to do, to allocate my time. Like, who am I going to hang out with each day?
Right.
It's just mind blowing, but it's just a
problem to
testament
have.
of, it's just a testament of, how thankful I am of the Funko community and all the different communities, I guess, blended in together, just to be able to have that opportunity to experience it with other people that enjoyed the same thing that I do.
So it's
Wow.
funny, while you were saying that story, I believe Sully at the time was still recording Nerd Foo with Steve. And
Yes.
I remember the story of him talking to you about, or how you reached out to him, and he was like, I pretty much just told him good luck. And he kept updating every week on Nerd Foo on how you kept getting everything.
Yeah.
You're like, I signed up for this. Got it. That's so funny that, like, I didn't realize that was you until now. And we've been hanging out for almost a year now.
It's even even going beyond that too. It's like fun days when I was in line. Sully hooked me up with Corgi to kind of babysit me because I was by myself.
That's awesome.
And while I'm in line, Trevor was there, but I didn't know who he was at the time. And plus, he was all in costume.
In costume. That's right.
So even with you,
God.
Alex, I was with you, and I was like, okay, I don't know who he is, but okay, he's all dressed up too. I'm like, all right. But
that was
I
the year
remember
I was
the
on
names.
stage.
I just remember the names. I mean, I remember Corgi's name, then she's and yours, DeLorean. So I was like, oh, okay.
You met all of us in
What a small
makeup.
world, right? That's
makeup.
weird.
Cheese was in makeup. Alex was in makeup.
Wow, man.
So,
and
that's
honestly,
crazy.
like a lot of those moments for myself were such a blur that who would have thought that, like, now we're in a podcast over a year and I'm just now learning about all this.
Yeah. It's the only person I didn't get to meet was Prague, but
Maybe you did. Who knows?
Because me and Prague would interact with each other on Twitter.
Right.
But I just missed him because he had took a picture with Sully before he was going to the fandom party at Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, Taco Bell with cheese.
So I was like, oh man, I just missed Prague.
Yeah.
I was going to be able to meet him. So it's
small.
It's
world,
such
man.
a small world.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, it's such a tight-knit community. And I was actually saying it earlier that out of the 500,000 people that show up in San Diego just for Comic-Con, it's weird that we're able to find each other through just these little niche groups.
Mhm.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
happens. Wow,
It's
good
a
memories.
huge con,
Josh.
but you run into people, like the same people over and
Every
over
year.
again.
Oh yeah.
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 And heck, when I do the Corgi loot, I'll put it on, and within like 4 seconds, someone finds me, and it's like crazy how tight knit the community is. It's just
because they see you, recognize you, and say, that dude's going to drop some stuff.
Yes.
I bet there's going to be a proto in there.
No, but I remember when Cora Sully reached out. She's like, "Hey, you need to take care of my boy Josh. He's new to this all, so he
Nice.
was at our table."
Yeah.
Took him on.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Took
my
him
cousin-
under your wing. The cousin, nice. Come here, cuz.
I think my wife and cousin were trying to ply him with drinks, trying to loosen him up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. At the end, your cousin forced me to dance on top of the stage. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
yeah. I
Did
don't
that actually
remember it,
happen? Oh.
Yeah, supposedly, was it Johnny?
Supposedly?
And Diane? Johnny has it, I think.
Johnny
Johnny has
Cisco?
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Johnny
has,
has pictures of it.
So
Yeah.
you were so
Oh.
enamored that you don't even remember being on stage.
Yeah, it was.
Wow,
I don't
impressive.
remember, but
Awesome.
yeah, it was fun. It was a
Dude,
good
that is
experience.
fantastic. Yeah, actually, that year I didn't even get to sit with you guys, Corgi. I ended up at a different table. So I was,
Ooh.
I know, I wanted to sit with my
I thought
buddy.
you were sitting with Johnny, right?
You were
I was with Johnny
Yeah.
Cisco.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But somehow Corgi ended up in like 2 or 3 tables down.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
it was me, Corgi. Was it your cousin?
Nerdy Curious, right?
Jen and Rachel
Yeah,
Nice.
and your wife. Yeah.
we were at the Gremlins table.
Gremlins, that's right. Yeah, actually, that was the year that I got picked for, or I came in. Oh my God. I came in second place
What?
for
That's
best
true.
dress that night.
Wow.
That's when the stars were aligning for us. At that
What
time.
is happening?
Alex, you are Destiny's Child. You are.
He lost
It
to
all
Teen
makes
Wolf.
sense.
I
Yeah,
love-
know,
Teen
what the
Wolf was
heck?
amazing. Teen Wolf was
Yeah,
in our
'cause he-
section.
Professional.
He had-
Professional.
Yeah, he had
Like,
His
professional
wife works at
makeup.
Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Boo.
That's the
Rigged.
biggest. Yeah,
Rigged. That is rigged.
Yeah.
that broke my
Rigged.
heart.
Aw.
Because I mean, I was putting it all out there.
It's funny you mentioned 2018 and Fun Days because a lot of people told me, oh, I didn't know that was you because I've never done cosplay in my life. And I just
Ah.
met Corgi at E3. So that was June before Comic-Con. And we like exchanged text. And Corgi and Cheese were like, okay, we'll do all those like Bone Daddy Spastic Plastic characters. And they're like, oh, we
Right.
know this Alex guy. And I was like, who the hell is that?
He'll do anything.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, and Alex joined in on it too. And then I didn't even see you guys until like the whole Fun Days night was over.
Oh,
Yeah,
funny.
man. And you had
It's
the
just
best
crazy.
makeup out of all of us.
Hey,
I
who
went
did
over
your
to a
makeup?
hotel. There was a lady who was doing like child's makeup. She like, so she's like, I just gave her like $20 and she painted it all.
Awesome.
That's
wow.
awesome.
No, this is easy. Just all white.
But
Yeah, that
Yeah.
white sticks, man. That paint, it doesn't
No.
come off.
No, it doesn't stick. If you see
Yours,
I was
mine does.
depends on how much you sweat, I guess.
Yeah,
But Alex is running up and down everywhere. So
that's true.
That's
Alex was dancing
hype
on the
guy.
stage at the end.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I
That's
had,
why
like,
we
2
picked him.
drinks.
We secretly saw that video and we're like, we need that guy as a hype guy.
Uh-huh.
How
Frog,
that
do you
came
have any
together.
stories for us?
I have way too many. I'm pretty lucky when it comes to Comic-Con. I also do an intense amount of pre-planning too.
Oh my god.
But I'm a lot like Josh, where my first year I just lucked out, right? My first year I got every day plus preview night, and of course I'm spoiled because every year after that I kept trying to get preview night, and I didn't until like maybe 2 or 3 years later. But yeah, I've had so many great memories. I don't want to repeat all of the ones that I've probably have said to other people, but one that I do like, just because I'm a big Star Wars fan, was going to Hall H for the Force Awakens panel. It's the only time, and probably the only time I ever will camp out overnight for Hall H, because Star Wars is my #1 jam. It's my favorite thing in pop culture, and I had to be there. I had to be there for the original cast showing up. So I was like, you know what, I'll stand in line for this, and I'll do it. And it was worth it because I got to see everyone, the entire cast, from not only the Force Awakens but the original cast as well, up there on stage. And then at the very end, J.J. Abrams says, hey, we have a special surprise for you. We have a concert across the street and only you guys can attend, and we're going to walk together, all of us,
Oh my god.
and they're going to lead us. The cast would lead us over there, and they did. We walked over there, and I got to see Ray and everybody walk there.
Forget the free lightsabers.
And the free lightsabers too were kind of fun. At the door, you got handed the free lightsaber with the sticker on it. We got like special badges just for us. So it was really neat. You should see the picture I took. I took a selfie of myself afterwards, and I had the dumbest grin on my face. Like I must have been. I mean, I was already crying the whole time during the panel, and then I took a picture outside, and my friend got interviewed by the local news. Asking us what just happened. Like, why are you guys pouring out? What's going on? Why are you guys crying? So that was a lot of fun. So that was a big memory.
Wow.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I have a lot more that I'll probably continue on maybe later in this episode. But
Yeah.
that was a
we got a lot of
highlight, man.
time.
That was
Well,
such a
before we go
highlight.
to too many memories, I do want to say that for 2020, the secondary heroes are joining Geek Together, the Four Dorksmen, the STS guys, and the Average Nerd podcast, as well as Nerdy Curious, Nerd Portraits, and Talkin' Pops, to put on our own virtual con. So we know San Diego is going to have a whole Comic-Con at home thing, and this is going to be an alternative. We're going to be live starting Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to go 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific each day after that. So the whole time of the con, we're going to have interviews, and we're going to have Artist Alley, and you just have to go to twitch.tv/NerdsUnite Network to watch all of this stuff. Like 12 hours a day, we're going to have actual live content for you, because I know everything Comic-Con's doing is pre-recorded, so we're trying
Not
to
us.
distinguish ourselves, and hopefully you guys tune in.
This is
Yeah,
a
it's
big
a lot of
deal
fun.
too. This is a huge deal because this is by the fans for the fans. That's kind of the motto that's been going around in the network right now, is by the fans for the fans. And we're doing this for you guys because everything that's pre-recorded with SDCC, that's great and all, but we're doing live stuff where you can interact with the artist. You can interact with us. You can interact with everything. Like, we're going to have game nights. There's giveaways. We're giving away a Switch, man. That's pretty huge. And that's for tuning in, you know, enjoying yourself, enjoying a con experience from your home.
With other fans,
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
Connected to that, I know, Corgi, you're still going to do Corgi Loot this year, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh, how's
I
that
am.
going to work, sir?
Like I did in years past, I would extend it out to people who couldn't go to Comic-Con. So I would do a lot of like retweet and reply type giveaways. So I'm going to be doing more of that. And I know that I reached out to you guys and I was offering up some of the Corgi Loot to give away live on the stream, you know, put in keyword and just in your segments. So
Perfect.
it's a
I like
fun
that.
way to
That's
interact.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely make sure to tune in to twitch.tv/ what was it again? Nerds Unite Network.
Yes.
All one word, obviously.
Nerds Unite
Obviously.
Network, obviously.
And you can also follow Nerds Unite Network over on Twitter as well to get updates on scheduling and other type of stuff like that. So, yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. And I really hope people show up.
Yeah, we do. We like to see our fans and talk to them.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a lot
Cool.
of fun.
Well, should we get back to some more memories?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have a
that's
good
cool.
one.
Yeah,
which one?
Trevor,
What do we
please.
get?
So it's funny because I used to never go to Comic-Con. It's always my birthday week, and I always ended up not doing anything. Like, it's always the third week in July, and that's when my birthday is. So I was like, oh, I'm going somewhere else. I'm visiting something. I'm doing like specific plans for my birthday. And then finally in 2017, I'm like, you know what? Let me try Comic-Con. So I know there's all these people who've been going to Comic-Con for years. I've only been going a few years, but 2017, that was the last year that they let people camp out to get early access. Like, you can still camp out and stuff, but now it's all lottery, like Josh said. That was the last year before that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it all. I'm going to sleep out. And so that was the worst decision of my life, and I will never do that again.
It's a one and done kind of thing for most people, honestly.
But it's funny because the first day that I did it, we went through and they had everybody who was in the tents out front, the chutes out front, walk through the entire convention center, go out the stairs out the back. You actually had to scan your badge to be on the marina side. So you had to scan in to go into the con, walk all the way through and then scan out. And, you know, we're waiting to get to the Funko line or whatever.
God.
We didn't even scan back in by the time all the lottery spots were gone for Lego and Funko and Hasbro and everything. So that was super fun. And then there was a select few of people who were like complaining. There was like 20 people complaining. And everyone I was with kind of scattered. They were super disappointed. So I just sat and listened to these people complain because I was like, well, I got nothing to do today. I was planning on this. And so they're complaining. And then slowly but surely, more and more people who work for Comic-Con are coming in. And then they're like, oh, we can't have you complaining here in Sales Pavilion. We need you to go downstairs. And then there more and more people complain. They're on the little headsets and they're calling new people in to complain to. And then they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to go talk to Funko. And they'll let you decide. And so we're sitting there and just like further complaining how come we were like 15 people back and we went through the entire convention center. All of a sudden there's like 15,000 people in front of us. That's the crux of the thing. And so finally Funko got back to CCI and they said, we have 10 a.m. passes for everybody here. And I didn't say one word. All I did was sit next to the people who complained. So I got the Funko 10 a.m. for the following day. So that's one of my best memories.
Awesome.
Wow, man.
Sometimes it's just being at the right place at the right time
Yeah.
and just sticking it out.
Right.
I've done that before too. Like I'll hear somebody, like one time I overheard at the Marvel booth, like some security guy was talking about how they wanted to have one of the big names come out. And I didn't know who it was. I just knew that it was going to be promoting the new one of the new Marvel movies. I'm like, oh, this must be a celebrity. And I knew where the celebrities came out. So I just kind of like hung out by the doors, pretending like I was looking at somebody's booth, and sure enough, Chris Hemsworth comes out and got to talk to him.
Wow.
So, all right, that guy's tall. I mean, I know I'm short, but that guy is tall. So yeah, it was kind of fun. Little things like that. That's what's great about Comic-Con. It's like it's very serendipitous. Like there's so many things that can happen because you're confined to this one area, this convention center, with tons of celebrities, people in the industry. You're bound to have some kind of story. There's just no way you go to Comic-Con and nothing's going to happen to you.
Right.
So
Well, and a lot of the celebrities, they they like to be seen. A lot of the celebrities that go to Comic-Con like to be seen. They like to be a part of the crowd for the most part. Not
For the most part, not everybody.
totally
sure.
be bombarded, but
some love it.
some love it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard stories of Zachary Levi. The guy loves being there. He was there as a fan
He's a
before
fan of the fans. He's
yeah,
like Sully, a fan
exactly.
of the fans.
So it was, it's always, except for this year, everybody's always got a Comic-Con story. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, you never know.
What's our new one?
So, yeah, exactly. So my first time ever going to Comic-Con was 2011.
Wow.
I actually knew nothing about Comic-Con. I was not into nerd culture at all. I was not a collector. I did not own a DeLorean. I was just a dude who just so happened to live in San Diego at the right time. And my parents were coming into town, and they heard Comic-Con was in town the same week. And they said, hey, this is one of those things that's in this book that's like 1001 things to do before you die. And so they were like, well, they were like, hey, so do you think we could get tickets to this? I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll ask around. I asked one of my neighbors. My neighbors asked a friend. And it was like one of these things like going down the line. We ended up getting 4 tickets for $50. And I mean,
back in the day, man.
2011, man. And we ended up going for the day. And it was bonkers. I was more enthralled by the cosplay than I was about anything else. I think the booths too were kind of cool. Like I remember one of the first things I saw was like Dexter, like a mannequin of Dexter sitting on a boat, and the boat was like had blood pouring over the sides. It was kind of neat. But one of the celebrities that I actually got to meet, totally a celebrity in my eyes, nobody else's eyes. It was like, those like celebrities that they put in the back where they're like, okay, $5 and I'll sign this for you.
Yeah, we know.
So I got to meet Terry Tate, office linebacker. I don't even know his real name. I just remember him from the commercials, Terry Tate, office linebacker. I remember walking by, seeing him sitting there alone at a booth, and I'm like, oh my God, Mom, that's Terry Tate, office linebacker. I have to have a picture with him. And so my mom's like, okay, whatever. So I walk in, can I have a picture with you? Oh my God, I love your commercials. He goes, yeah, man, you got $5?
Yeah. Like, pretty much.
Mom, can I borrow $5? So Mom paid the guy $5, and I got a picture with Terry Tate, office linebacker. That was my first year.
There's always those guys in the back somewhere, and you're like, why are they all alone? Like, oh. I understand now.
But I remember, like, even that year, man, I remember like they had Back to the Future DeLorean sitting in there, and I never thought in 1,000 years that I would ever own a DeLorean. But like, I took a bunch of pictures of it, thinking this is so awesome that I'm standing this close to the Back to the Future DeLorean. And the funny thing is, I actually know the owner of that DeLorean now as a DeLorean owner, so that's kind of cool.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
I have a similar story where it was one of our first ones. I think it was 2013. And we saw Yaya Han dressed up as the Baroness at a booth, just sitting there all alone. We didn't know who she was. We didn't know that she was a famous cosplayer in the community. Me and my cousin were just ogling her. She was beautiful. We both had a huge crush on Baroness growing up. And we're like, you go ask her for an autograph. Like, no, you go. So we ended up chickening out and going back to the same booth the next day to get the muster up the courage. And then there's someone else there. And the whole time we thought she was the artist. No, she was one of the models that artist's booth. She drew pictures of her as Baroness. So we went back like 2 days later, and Yaya was back. But that's when we started doing our research of like who are all these celebrities, who are these famous cosplayers.
Yeah.
But I remember that one. I ended up getting that poster for my cousin signed saying, remember this? And we were too scared to say hi to Yaya.
Yeah, I was always that person that would just like walk up to people. I wouldn't care. It's like, this is my one shot, man. I'm totally going to just do it. That's how I probably run into so many people at Comic-Con. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure, because I'm also one of those people, like I'll be with other people and they'll have no idea who these other people are, is because I follow them so often on like Twitter and Facebook that I know their faces in the industry, right? Like I might know somebody who works behind the camera who is like famous to like film nerds, for example. But like say your average Joe be like, I have no idea who that director is or who that producer is. I'm like, oh my God, you don't know that that's the showrunner for, whatever, The Walking Dead or this show. It's like that person's famous. Like, okay.
Right.
And I'm like, I like that. I think that's cool. I think those people like mean a lot to me because they do a lot of work behind the scenes that make the shows unique. Same thing with cosplayers, those people put a lot of work into what they do, and some of them are pretty famous and you might not know who they are.
It's true, man.
The research
Yeah.
pays off big time for Comic-Con.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Josh, you got any stories for us?
Any celebrity
Any more?
sightings?
Ooh,
Jeez,
celebrity sightings would be good.
Celebrity sightings? There's not too many. I think the biggest ones that I saw was what's his name? The one that played Flash in Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Ezra Miller.
So
Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't choke slam you.
oh yeah. Thankfully he didn't. Because I was walking the gas lamp one night, and
This is out and about too, not even at the con floor. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So walking around, and then I just saw these people gathering around one of the hotel entrances. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go stand there to see what's going on.
Of course.
So people are there initially waiting for Aquaman to come out, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. I don't care. So I'm like, it's Jason Momoa. I was like, okay. So they're waiting, and all of a sudden you see, all you see is this person dressed up as one of the what do you call it, the Toads from Mario. Like, who the heck is that? It's like, well, I'm gonna take a picture of him and just see who it is, and then I'm like, oh, it's Ezra Miller. It's like,
Oh my god.
okay, I guess.
I guess.
That's like okay. It's not my favorite Flash, but anyway, so I'm walking away.
Nobody's favorite Flash.
So I'm walking away, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna head back to the hotel since I really don't know anybody out here. So
Right.
I'm walking away, and then I run into Rob Liefeld.
Oh,
with
nice.
his wife. So it was pretty cool to say hi to him. And then I kept on walking. Then I ran to, I forget his name. He was on Clueless. He was one of the boyfriends. I was like, oh,
Okay.
that's cool. That's cool. That
A
was
little
about
celebrity walk here. Nice.
But there's not. But in regards to celebrities, the biggest one I guess that I got to meet was what's his name from Flash. He's Cisco.
oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy with the long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got
I
to
don't
meet
know his
him.
name either.
Because we were downstairs after Fun Days last year, and it's Carlos Valdez or something like that.
Okay.
And then he was there talking to some people, and we're just sitting there. I guess I don't know why we were still there. There's maybe like a handful of people still trading, and I'm just there. It's like,
That's
oh.
what we do.
I was like, yeah. So Joey View Squatch was there. It's like, hey man, just watch for someone. Go see if I could go say hi to this person. He's like, oh, okay. And so I walk up and says, hey, Los, can I get a picture? He's like, okay, real quick. It's like, all right. It was cool though. I said, man, it was cool. I was like, that was probably the biggest person.
He should have said no Flash. No
No
Flash.
Flash. But he was talking to people. I'm like, I never been the person to kind of interrupt people like what they're doing. So I was like, I guess it's like
That is not me.
I was like, it's the only time I'd be able to talk to him because he has a security guard and maybe like
Right.
his PR person that they're just talking about what they're gonna do tomorrow.
Right.
Oh,
or
for
whatever,
sure.
for
Yeah.
their panels and everything like that. So I
Gotcha.
was like, that's
I'm
cool.
like, this is your
In
one
regards-
shot. They know. It's
Yeah.
like, I just
Yeah,
do it.
and I think he would have said no if it was anywhere else, but it's
Yeah, if he's in the
Comic-Con,
bathroom, I understand. But if you're
Yeah.
in the hall, come
he's
on.
taking a piss or something. I'm like,
Yeah, you don't want to like talk. Huh? So, you want to take a selfie real quick? Like, no.
Yeah, but I think that's just the thing is I never really look for celebrities when I'm walking, but we'll see them.
Find you.
I guess another
Right.
one was what was it that on Stranger Things the last season? What was
Like
it
a new character from last season?
the Russian guy. The
scary guy?
yeah, we
Okay.
saw him. We're walking to our hotel and he
The
walked
Terminator
past
guy.
us. I think it was Joey saying, "Is that guy from the Stranger Things?" Like, yeah, but it's like Nobody saw
Oh,
them.
dude, you can't be too
Yeah,
shy.
So,
do
I was
that.
like, I don't even know his name. I'm like, but I didn't really care about his character in the show, so it's like, okay,
Right. You're like,
like,
I'm glad you
so,
died.
Hey,
yeah.
Terminator guy. Terminator guy.
Right.
yeah,
Well, I have a
Yeah.
story where like I literally ran into a celebrity.
Oh, that's cool.
And I know I thought I would have told this story already, but anyways, it was also out and about. I was walking down the gas lamp because we had a show that we were going to go to that night, and we had to go to Will Call to pick up our tickets. So this is daytime, and we're running up there because we had to run to another panel, and a guy comes out of the stage door, and we literally run right into each other. And he steps back and goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry," and it was George R.R. Martin.
Oh wow.
Oh.
And,
Wow.
and I look down, and it's
Jar Jar Martin.
Can't
That's a
miss Jar
callback
Jar.
that's a callback right there, man.
And he is one of the few people shorter than me. He was like at my chest
No
level. I'm like, I had to look
way.
down at him. Like, what? Who just ran into me? What child was this? What rotund child just ran into me?
Did you tell him to go back to writing?
I should have. Well, the funny thing is that the skit later that night was all about that. Like, he came on that show to make fun of himself to continue writing the Game of Thrones thing. So
Oh, that's cool.
I wasn't supposed to know. He was supposed to be a secret guest, but I didn't put two and two together, so it worked out anyways. It was kind of fun. So I'm like, hopefully he never kills me off in real life.
Oh,
Kill off
you know
people
he could
in
write
real
it.
He could.
Yeah.
You never know. And I saw him later that day too. I ran into him, not physically that time, but at a booth inside the Comic-Con. So,
You scuffed my sneakers.
sir,
That's what you should have walked up to his booth and said.
sir, that hurt. Did you not
Trevor,
know?
any celebrities for you?
Not really. I've never had that care or
Yeah, he's not the
experience.
celebrity person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If
would
you know
point people
anything
out to
about
him.
me,
He's
I
like, I
don't-
don't care.
I don't count anybody as a celebrity, but regardless, I think
I'm
the
sure you've
closest.
seen that, but you don't care much. Yeah.
Yeah, the closest I got was last year. The guy from Reno 911, the main guy. I don't know.
Lieutenant
his name.
Dangle.
Short
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dangle.
Oh,
He
wow.
was in the elevator at our hotel, but he was with his wife and his
yeah.
kids. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get those experiences a lot. I know for us, because we were in the same elevator as Jason Mewes.
Oh, my
Jane Silent
God,
Bob,
yeah.
and Jim Lee. So
All at the same time?
well,
Wait,
different
Jason
times.
Lee?
Oh, okay, I'm like,
Jason
holy
Lee or
cow.
Jim Lee?
Jim
Jim
Lee
Lee.
said. Yeah.
Jim Lee,
That would have been funny if it was Jason Lee, though.
Jason Lee.
Yeah,
no.
well, it would make more sense if it
It-
was
it
Jason
would.
Lee.
That's funny. Why would you? If you're in the elevator with them, at least say something. Like chit chat. You don't have to say.
Well,
like,
because
take a
he's
picture.
hiding.
Like,
Like Jim Lee, he was hiding behind everybody, like his group
oh,
of people.
gotcha. Okay.
So I was like, I'm not going to bother him.
So,
Yeah.
for me, I think it was right before Fun Days. It was either before Fun Days or after, like the day after. I don't know. Anyway, so last year I got to run
it was
in,
after. I remember this story.
yeah, where I ran into the redhead from Orville.
Oh, I'm
And-
thinking of a different story then for you.
Oh, you
Okay.
are thinking? Okay, nice. Well, one of the main characters from Orville. I'm actually. Funny thing is I'm trying to scroll through my Twitter to find the picture real quick to find his name. Anyways, so him and while I'm taking a picture with him, he was super nice. I'm like, hey man, I love the Orville. You know, love your part. And he goes, oh hey, Boris, the guy who plays Boris, is standing right over here. Let me call him over. Let's get him in a picture too. Like, are you kidding me? Yes,
Nice.
please. So that was really cool. I like when celebrities like that are cool about it and they want to, it's not like they're showing off their celebrity, but they're able to just, be cool about
Well,
it
I think
all.
some of them know that they are there to promote their stuff and that you're there because you're a fan. It's not like you're just like on the street somewhere
Right.
randomly in New York or something. It's like they're there for that reason. They're there to promote their work and meet their fans. And
Right.
a lot of them understand that. And it's kind of fun when that happens.
It does suck when you
So.
come across those celebrities who can be
Well, it happens.
real pieces of work.
I mean, some get tired too. I mean, they're doing it all day long, for several days. And at some
Yeah,
point,
but we're
it is gonna get
sitting here
tiring.
talking about Trevor spending the night outside to get in to see these
Yeah,
people.
I know. Trevor's
So-
hardcore.
Yeah, they might be tired because they had to sign some things for about 4 hours, but you've got
I know.
people
That's true.
staying overnight to see your face.
Yep.
That means something. So it's cool whenever, celebrities recognize that.
Yeah, I agree. I like it.
It is cool when you get to meet Conan too, because he's a great guy that will go after each one of his tapings during Comic-Con. He literally stays and signs every single person who's there.
Yeah,
He'll
that
take
is
like an hour or
amazing.
two to sign everybody's pops. And I was fortunate enough to go in 2018. We've talked about 2019. Hopefully everybody at home is realizing that we have a podcast about our 2019 memories, because that was the best Comic-Con ever. But
Ever.
for 2018, I was actually on the recording. I watched it back, and I'm actually in the stands, like prime center, and I
nice.
have this super pissed look on my face. And I was like, why is that? And then I was like, oh, it's because there was that stupid bit that went on for like 10 minutes and it just wouldn't end.
Like, why don't I just stop?
And that's, of course, I'm like in the like main thing where the camera always goes, and that's the point.
The one time it shines a light on you. Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. I
Hey,
love
you were
it.
smiling in the Making a Frozen 2 video.
Thankfully.
Oh, yeah.
He enjoyed
I
that.
think it's because we saw the camera guy, so I had like a grin plastered on my face. Just
You know what it probably was? He probably let it go, is what happened. So that joke was too long.
Some things never change.
No, exactly. Yeah, so many great memories. I'm gonna miss it this year, man. It's not gonna be the same online, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun talking to people and bringing people. Well, I mean, my favorite thing to do every year is going to Artist Alley. That's why we're doing the Artist Alley on our show. is
Artist
meeting
Alley
those people.
series, man. Yeah, it's awesome. It's really
and it gets
nice.
so much smaller at San Diego Comic-Con. Like every year, they're like, "Oh, here you get like 10 tables now."
Yeah, it shrinks
Right.
every year. It's kind
You
of
don't even
sad.
recognize that there's an artist alley there.
Exactly, because they just keep getting pushed and pushed
Yeah, I
to
run
other
through
smaller
that
areas.
really quick to get to the Funko booth in the back.
Yeah,
It's
right?
like, oh, get out of my way.
Well, what they've started doing is they started doing the lineup in between for the different bigger artists, and so it kind of pushes everyone else to the side. So you can't even
Oh.
walk by and enjoy it all because
That too.
everyone's lining up in the middle of the aisles. That's where they put the line breaks.
That's the day I've been doing that lately.
Yeah. But, dude, when you're fitting 500,000 people into one building, it's a mess. It's hard to do anything in there. You're elbows to a-holes in there, you know?
Yes,
Well,
for
thank
sure.
God they had the right mind to cancel it, and it's not the right time to do that right now.
For sure.
That
Yeah.
picture behind you, Corgi, I couldn't imagine doing that.
No,
for a while.
how could you?
Yeah. I
Well,
feel
last year
claustrophobic.
when we were up on top of the Funko booth, when we got to go onto the second level and look over, all it is just a sea of people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no room to really move nicely. I don't know how else to put it, but it's a mess.
Yeah, but
It's
a fun
almost like they
mess.
need to figure a way to almost limit how many people can go in, but obviously
See, I would
that'll
say
just
that,
make
but
you lose money.
I don't know. I kind of like the excitement of having that many people in one place. Like it kind of builds the excitement level for me personally. I know not everyone likes that, but I
Right.
do.
Adds to
I
the
know that
energy.
it builds frustration for a lot of
Sure.
people too.
I mean,
You know,
here's the thing. That
go ahead.
happens. You're gonna have frustration, but you're also gonna have the good times too, and you kind of just learn as you go every year.
the
That's
fun
all.
thing is to just learn to body surf. I have become a
There
pro
you
now where
go.
almost everyone just pushes me forward. You kind of just let yourself be pushed by the mob, and I can usually get to the front, the crest of that wave.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes. I'm actually pretty good at that too. I think being like small helps
Yeah.
in my case. I just kind of slink through the whole crowd. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
you
There
and
you go.
Trevor are small. It's usually guys like me and Alex who are the bigger dudes are probably the wave you're riding.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Well,
I'm
what is
always dressed up too. I always dress up from head to toe, and that doesn't
Not
help
me.
very much.
Yeah. But man, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the meeting people in person. That's what it is. It's all about the friends and seeing everybody, together and enjoying it together. So,
For sure. Yeah.
Who's
I think
going to 2021?
well, we'll see if they
Well,
have it. But I
signed up
forwarded
for
my
it.
tickets, so I have
Well,
tickets for next year if they do.
I live
knock on
here,
wood.
so yeah, I'll
He's
probably
gonna be there every year.
I'll be there every year until I move.
Yeah. There you go. I think that's good for now because I'm gonna start crying soon if we keep going with these
That's true.
memories.
Yeah, no,
Oh
it's
man.
tough looking back at it.
Yep.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's everything for episode 73. Be sure to follow at Secondary Heroes on every social media platform you could possibly imagine. To everyone listening, thank our guest Corgi. Where can they follow
Yes.
you?
Corgi Commander everywhere. It's KOHMANDR for Commander. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere.
Awesome.
Wow, you even have a Twitch.
Everyone has a Twitch now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Even the
That's
secondary
true.
heroes.
Yeah, who are they?
Cool.
Yep. To everyone listening, we hope you enjoy. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, Prog out.
See ya.
Rare games that definitely aren't worth your time. That is your clickbait of the week.